What is up, nerds? We're back with another rating because a ranking, not rating, because I have so little life. Like I have so little do in my life that I had the time to actively listen to 10 albums today. That's how boring my life is. But anyways, let's jump right into it. Actually, there were other things I wanted to say, but I can't remember them, so they probably don't matter. Uh, let's start with the bad ones. There still isn't anything terrible, but we did get a few more bad albums, like in the top 10 ranking. There's only one bad album. Oh yeah, the week changed. Like I did a ranking of this week, but now I'm doing a ranking of this week. Okay, let's jump in. The worst one is the only one that would be close to being terrible, but it's not terrible. It's just bad. It's this one from Fuerza Regida. I don't know how to pronounce that because Canada don't speak Spanish. But maybe I'm not getting the full experience because I don't speak Spanish. But from what I can hear, it's decent regional Mexican, but it's over an hour long. I can't listen to that. Next up, number 24, it's Reputation by Taylor Swift. This album kind of blows, It's dated and it just does not work out for her very well. Number 23, Nostalgia by Rod Wave. Rod Wave is like the definition of a 5 out of 10. I'm just pretty much always neutral on this album, but for some reason this one like had the worst songs of his career so far, so yeah, not good. Number 22, unfortunately has to go to Tate McRae. It's not that bad. I'm almost neutral on it, but there's not a lot of bad stuff in this top 25. It's like songs, there's a lot of bad songs that blow up, but like people have different opinions and that's fine. But like for the albums, the opinions are a bit closer to each other. Like they don't differ as much as they do for songs. So yeah, Tate McRae is almost the last bad album on this list. 21 is gonna be Pink Friday 2 by Nicki Minaj. It was my bottom spot for the top 10 ranking. But now that it's fifth last, so that's a big improvement. And now we're getting into the ones I was neutral on. Let's start off with Lover by Taylor Swift. This album still doesn't do much for me. Uh, Number 19, Peso Pluma. I'm not sure, but once again, decent regional Mexican music. Except this time he's just stacked with features, and it's a pretty 50-50 album. Some of the songs are good, some of them are bad, but he's had a lot of impact, and I think it's fine. I'm fine with him being the one who is the biggest in the regional Mexican scene. Number 18, going to Drake with For All the Dogs. I'll talk a bit more on Drake later. Number 17, I'm giving it to Morgan Wallen with One Thing at a Time. Number 2 after 47 weeks on chart. That's crazy. It's 36 songs long. That's why it's so high all the time. But there's some pretty good stuff on it, so I'm fine with it being that long for the most part. Number 16, I'm giving it to Bad Bunny. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 8 words in the title I'm going to pronounce wrong, so I won't even try it. He should not have switched over to trap. Like his reggaeton was pretty good. Not gonna lie, but yeah, it's not a bad album, I guess. Number 15, I'm giving it to Noah Khan. I already talked about him in the last ranking. He has some banger songs, but a lot of the record isn't nearly as good. Number 14, giving it to Olivia Rodrigo's Guts. I'm still not a huge fan of her pop punk, but she did improve a lot from Sour. She has some really good stuff on this album, but like even the ones I've been hearing on the radio, they've been growing a bit on me. I'm starting to enjoy this album more, but there's still a lot of stuff that just doesn't hit as hard, but still pretty good. Number 13, I'm giving it to Take Care by Drake that somehow smuggled into this top 25 ranking well over a decade after its release. This is probably his R&B side at its best. Like, for all the dogs, the R&B side sucked. It was the rap part of For All the Dogs that carried the album, but for Take Care, it's still the rap stuff, but the R&B was close competition, I'm not gonna lie, but he has some bad lyrics on it. Like I can't believe he still pulled it off when he's so bad at complimenting girls. It's insane how little riz he got. But next up, number 12, 1989 by Taylor Swift. If I forget to talk about one of the albums here, you tell me in the comments because maybe I jumped from 14 to 12 or something. But yeah, just listen to the original still. Number 11, Cali Uchis. Uchis? I'm not sure. It's Spanish. These videos are unplanned. I could have searched up how to pronounce them at least decently well, but I didn't. I listened to him. I listened to Take Care, went downstairs, eat rice and chicken, and then go back upstairs, record right away. Had no time to prepare, but yeah, she is such a good singer, but still the album just can't carry up as well. And then we're into the top 10. These are the albums that I really, really like. Like, these are the good stuff. You've got to check them out. They are this high. They are getting these numbers for good reason. I'm telling you. And we're starting off number 10, Dangerous, the double album by Morgan Wallen. It's a bit shorter than One Thing at a Time. It was only like 30 songs instead of 36, I think. But unlike One Thing at a Time, Dangerous has some real highlights. There is some phenomenal stuff on this album, and you just need to check it out and then just search for those really good songs in like the Hey pile because trust me, it's worth it. Number 9, I'm giving it to Green Day. It's a fun album. I enjoy it. I've been hearing a lot of hate for Green Day. Wait, I actually talked about this in my last video, the one on the best albums of January 2024. I'll just recap it quickly. You know, I've been hearing so much hate because of like the recent output for the few years before this year, 2024. Apparently, it's been really, really bad. But this one's pretty good. It's a nice return to form for them. Number 8, giving it to giving it to the top one, 21 Savage. He is such a good rapper. He's good at flexing. He's good at the street stuff, and he got some really good beats. So I love this album. Number 7, giving it to Folklore from Taylor Swift. She dropped out of the top 10 of the Billboard 200. That's pretty sad, but yeah, I really like her folk side. She can sell it well. Number 6 is SZA. This was my choice for the number 1 album in the top 10 last video, and now it's only number 6, which is unfortunate, but still, she is one of the best in the R&B game at the moment. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of R&B. Well, it's the best in the game. Of course I like it. What can I say? Number 5 is a compilation record, so you might be saying that's a little unfair, but I don't care. It's an album. I'm gonna rate it the same as everything else. And you know, Post Malone has made some of the best hits of the past decade, but he's also made some pretty bad stuff to start off. Like, I'm not sure how his. Apparently, a lot of people really like his early stuff. I do not, but those early stuff went diamond, and now he has 8 diamond songs. The recent diamond songs are amazing. The early diamond songs kind of suck, but the good ones really make up for the record. Yep. Number 4, I'm giving it to Midnights by Taylor Swift. I know so many people would disagree with me on this one, but Spectrum Pulse does not, so I do not care what you say. This is one of her best albums. Even the overplayed songs in the radio, I've been hearing like Karma, Lavender Haze, Anti-Hero so much, but in context of the record, they sound great. So good stuff. Number 3, top 3 now. I'm giving it to, oh, I forgot to mention, starting with Midnight's this top 4. These are the great albums. These are incredible. You've got to listen to them. Who even cares about the good albums, the ones from number 5 to number 10? Just listen to this top 4, trust me. Number 3, I'm giving it to Utopia, Travis Scott. This is like such a standout in the current mainstream rap game because he experiments way more than everyone else combined, and it paid off. This is what a Travis Scott album should sound like. It's not revolutionary, but it's still, how do I say it? It's pretty special, honestly. There's not much like it at the moment. So yeah, it deserves to be here. And then number 2, we're giving it to American Heartbreak by Zach Bryan. It's another like 30 song album, but it's Zach Bryan, man. He can write a good song in his sleep. So he sleeps every night for 1 month and he puts out an incredible album. Because that's what Zach Bryan does. Then number 1, you already know it, it's Zach Bryan. Again, this is the best album in this top 25. You already know it. You know, it's Zach Bryan. He had I Remember Everything, my favorite charting song on the Hot 100 of the past year. And the album is really good as well. For both of these albums of his that I just mentioned, he could make them way better just by shortening the track list a bit. There were a few weak spots on each one, but still, they still reign over everything else in this top 25. And that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching.